Mazanjiya.
Mai tsinka musu guru.
Mazanjiya.
Mai karya musu turu.
Mazanjiya.
Mai kama mana taru.
Mazanjiya.
Kaza ta kuma zuru.
Mazanjiya.
Janja muku jami.
Rankataka.
Haka turu mazanjiya.
Rankataka.
Ka ba da kashin wuya.
Rankataka.
Waka tare da kariya.
Rankataka.
An ba ku ja mu kashin wuya. Garkuwan ku ja mu halaliya. Shi ya biya mana jami'a. Nauyin waka da dawainiya. Ya biya ya ce a yi lafiya. Na yi da mangal ya gama duniya. A cikin wakar ta mazanjiya. Mangala mai jirgin ga na malliya. Ya abu jirga ya kuku zaya.
The People's Democratic Party (PDP) woke up on November 15 to 16, 2025 as a different party. In the sweeping dramatic move at East National Convention in Ibadan, the party's delegates voted to expel a cluster of high-profile figures, including the Federal Capital Territory Minister, Wike, the former Ekiti Governor, Ayo Fayose, suspended National Secretary, Samuel Anyanwu, and several others, accusing them of sustained anti-party activity and litigation that undermine the party's interests.
Beginning with Angel Warners and Wike, Ayo Fayose, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, Honorable Umar Bature, Adeyemi Ajibade, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Senator Mao, Honorable Austin Wachiku, Abraham Ama, George Turner, Chief Dan Obi, with the expulsion as per the motion raised heavily by our elder statesman, citing our constitutional provisions as enumerated, that is Chief Olabode George, and heavily seconded by my chairman, Sis Adamu Bunga. Those in support of this motion say aye.
Chapter hereby is upon the motion moved by our elder statesman, Chief Olabode George. I hereby support the motion.
Of our party, the PDP. And I will plead with you to listen very attentively, because if we don't tell the truth, we are wasting our time. We want to inform the Nigerian public that this party hasn't collapsed. This party is a political iroko tree. And iroko tree doesn't fall anyhow. Motion, the expulsion, the following persons from the People's Democratic Party for anti-party activities and gross breaches of the party's constitution, pursuant to Article 10, subsection 6 and 58, subsection 1, and 59 of the PDP Constitution as amended in 2007. At the elective convention of this People's Democratic Party held at Ibadan, Oyo State, on the 15th and 16th of November 2025. The following members: His Excellency Wike, His Excellency Ayo Fayose, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, Honorable Umar Batuku, Adeyemi Ajibade SAN, Muhammad Abdurrahman, Senator Mao Ohabuwa, Honorable Austin Wachuku, Abraham George Turner, and Chief Dan Obi. Whereas Article 33, Section 2, Subsection 1, Subsection 3J of the People's Democratic Party, Constitution of the 7th as amended. The National Convention of the party shall have supremacy in all matters pertaining and all organs of the party, including matters of discipline of officers and members. Whereas it is important to underscore the fundamental principle that a political party is a voluntary organization and members are expected to join if they so wish. And as explained in our Constitution, Section 40, as amended, and are to be bound by its fundamental principles and aspirations as expressed in its Constitution. Mentioned above have committed various breaches of the party's constitution, including support and canvassing for vote for candidates of election, conducting illegal and parallel congresses, sponsoring litigations against the party, most recent of which suit number C ABJ CS 2120 dated 2025 between Honorable Austin Wachuku and others versus INEC and others seeking to stop the 2025 elective national convention for no just cause, contrary to Article 58, subsection 1 and subsection J of our Constitution. In that case, Senator Samuel Ayaw, Ebu Umar Bature, Kamal Din Adeyemi Ajibade.
The purge was held by some as necessary discipline and condemned by others as a rupture that could shatter PDP's already fragile unity. In today's analysis, I will be attempting to explain how we got here, dissect the role Wike and his allies played in the crisis, and offers a clear, realistic forecast for what the next 12 to 24 months are likely to look like for Nigeria's main opposition party. But the immediate pushback after the expulsion was visible. At least two sitting PDP governors publicly rejected the expulsions and the legitimacy of parts of the convention exercise. Wike's fall from PDP grace didn't happen overnight. Here is a tight, fact-based recap of what happened, of what transpired. First is factionalism. After the 2023, you recall that after the 2023 general elections, internal grievances as over zoning, ticket distribution, and perceived betrayals hardened into organized factionalism. Wike's camp was repeatedly accused by rivals of running parallel structures and using court actions to challenge party organs. Those litigations and a high disabled public posture became the official grounds cited for discipline. Second, then from strongman to symbol of rupture. Wike's political style, which is confrontational, centralizing, and personally loyal to a tight circle, helped him build influence but also generated powerful enemies inside the PDP. That style made him a rallying point for disgruntled members and voters, but also convenient scapegoat for party bosses who wanted to reassert control over the party machineries. Multiple reports show the conflict was more than personality. It was a battle over control of party machinery and the direction of opposition strategy. Third is litigation and parallel conventions. Repeated legal challenges by or involving Wike allies and the creation of alternative or the alternate committees were cited in the convention's rationale for expulsion. For many delegates who voted for the purge, the expulsions were framed as the only way to stop endless litigation and restore a unified, court-free chain of command within the party. There is also a backlash from within. Not everyone bought the disciplinary narrative. Governors like Amadou Fentiri and Caleb Mufan publicly rejected the expulsions, signaling that the party is split not just between national heavyweights but at the sub-national level, where votes and structures matter a lot. That split matters because governors control party machinery in state, and they are the key to whether the expulsions will stick in practice. But what does the expulsions mean to Nigerians? There are three immediate effects that I'm going to explain. A short-term effect is the show of force, but no guaranteed unity. The convention's move is a statement that a faction of the PDP wants to end the internecine warfare by clearing the ban. Expelling those erring members is a conventional way to reassert control. But political expulsions are only as effective as the party's ability to enforce them where it matters, which is at the state chapters and on the ground. But with sitting governors rejecting the move, enforcement will be messy. It will not be effective because those who are supposed to enforce it are not against it. Litigation and counter moves are inevitable. Expect immediate court challenges from expelled figures and their supporters. This will turn what might look like a clean house cleansing into a drawn-out legal and political war, the very thing that the convention said it wanted to stop. The court will be a battlefield for the coming months. Watch out. Realignment risk ahead of 27. There will be realignment risk. Expert heavyweights like Wike carry networks, money, and loyalists. If reconciliation fails, those networks can realign either by forming or joining new parties, running as independent, or cutting deals with the reigning party. That fragmentation could hand advantage to opponents or lead to a new post-PDP coalition landscape. The possible features are expressed in four scenarios. This is how we are going to explain this in better. Scenario A, reconciliation by mid-2026. That is, if well managed. Then there will be reconciliation. PDP governors and BOT pressure may lead to an interim ceasefire. The party negotiates reinstatement, conditional amnesty, or local power sharing deals to avoid electoral harm. This requires pragmatic leadership on both sides, and if it happens, the party survives as a unified but warrior opposition. The evidence for this is that the BOT and some governors are already pushing back against full normalization of the purge, suggesting space for negotiation. Then scenario B, prolonged fragmentation into competing PDPs, that is forming new PDP. Two or more centers of PDP power may emerge, one inside the convention sanctioned structure and another around Wike and allied governors that would effectively split the party's vote and machinery through 2026 to 2027. This weakens the party, the PDP, nationwide and could cost it swing states in elections. The public rejection by governors makes this possible. It's evidence. And this scenario C, Big Bang exits and a new party formed. That's a possible outcome. This scenario is that Wike and allies formally exit PDP and either join the ruling party or form a new national vehicle. This will be explosive and reshape the national map, but it's costly and risky for all actors. It requires the expelled bloc to win immediate state-level trade-off. Wike's national prominence makes this scenario an ever-present risk for him because he is the center of everything. Scenario D, legal reversal and status quo. That's the scenario D. This scenario is that courts, internal reviews, or committee findings will overturn expulsions and restore the old order. This will preserve PDP's unity, but leave the underlying problems unresolved and guaranteeing future failures. Given the strong moves at the convention this week, full reversal is possible, but unlikely without major concessions. Why this wrangling matters for Nigeria? That is the bigger picture of what is happening in PDP to our country. From electoral map, PDP's fragmentation benefits incumbents and makes credible opposition coalitions harder to build for 2027. Governance signal, housekeeping by parties is healthy, but when it looks like Purge, it signals instability to voters and donors. Federal state leverage, governors who control state machinery can neutralize national decisions by keeping local structures loyal to expel figures. That means the National Convention decisions may be symbolic unless matched by state level running or buy-in. The human factor, that's leadership, pride, and survival. Politics in Nigeria is personal as much as it is structural. Wike's style, founded in brash, localist, and uncompromising, made him both a mobilizer and a polarizer. For many grassroots PDP supporters, he is still a figure who delivers for rivals. He epitomizes why the party needs to focus only leaders on both sides, swallow pride and pursue pragmatic bargains. The party will hemorrhage vote rather than heal. What to watch out for going forward? No, that is what we'll be asking. We are likely to see court filings from Wike, Fayose, or Anyanwu. The legal strategy will shape short-term outcomes. There will be announcements from state PDP chapters and governors, whether they recognize the expulsions or stay loyal to expelled figures. We'll hear it in the coming days. We'll be expecting the Board of Trustees and other statesmen interventions. Can they broker a truce? That's a big question. Any declared new political vehicle or alliance from expelled leaders that would mark a decisive realignment will not be out of point moving forward. You may want to ask, can PDP survive this? Yes, but not automatically. The party's survival depends on three things: pragmatic bargaining, meaningful concessions on both sides, and sitting governors' willingness to implement national decisions locally. If the convention's expulsions are enforced only on paper, while state structures remain split, PDP risks becoming ineffective at the ballot box. If the wounds are stitched with realistic power sharing, PDP can emerge bruised but entered as a weakened, more disciplined opposition capable of competitive politics in 2027. This is a decisive moment for the PDP. History will record whether the Ibadan Convention was a brave act of necessary discipline or a catastrophic miscalculation that splintered a major opposition vehicle. For ordinary Nigerians watching the drama, the question is simple. Will the party that once ruled at the center of power learn to reconcile and organize, or will personal rivalry fracture its future? The next 6 months will answer that in courtrooms, in state houses, and at the grassroots. Drop your opinion in the comment section and subscribe for more.